Oh, that's all. It's only national security concerns. Joining me now, Aaron Heitke, former San Diego Sector Border Patrol Chief, and Victor Davis Hanson, Hoover Institute Senior Fellow. Aaron, let's start with you. Explain specifically and concisely, if you could, how you were muzzled by the administration.
I was simply told that I was not allowed to put any information out on the significant alien increase, the numbers, the large increase that we had, or any of the arrests. Generally, we would put information out each time we arrested someone with those significant ties. And
if you did, what would happen?
It would be subject to discipline. Likely, in my position, I would likely be removed from my position.
Victor Davis Hanson, I know this isn't surprising to you. Where you live in California, it's teeming with illegal immigrants. But this clip from Kamala from January 2018 resurfaced. Watch this.
Down with deportation, up with education. Down with deportation, up with education. Kamala.
She's dancing to no deportation. And Axios asked the campaign, Victor, if she's still in favor of executive actions on deportation. And they didn't answer. Instead, a campaign spokesperson said that the vice president has fought for dreamers throughout her career and is proud of the actions taken under her and President Biden to expand protections for them, including the executive action Biden took this year, which she supported. Victor, they're not going to deport anyone, correct? I mean, that's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I think she's shell-shocked, Laura, because she pandered to minority communities when she thought it was a winning issue in California, and now no issue is bleeding her more among Latinos and African Americans than the open border and the 10+ million people who came in. And the news cycle gets worse every day. Every day there's a rape, a murder, trafficking, fentanyl, and it just bleeds more support from her base. And I think the issue is now settled. No one wants an open border. No one wants what she did. Number two, they blame Biden-Harris in general and her in particular. And three, they don't believe her new incarnation. They don't believe it. She'd be much better, just to finish, Laura, if she just said, I was for open borders. I think we needed a different demographic. We needed more people. I'm a globalist. I don't believe that borders are necessary. That would be just as convincing as what she's doing now by trying to deny what she spent her whole life advocating. But this issue is killing her because it's settled. Nobody likes it. And her minority constituents especially are the most vocal about not wanting an open border and the consequences that they suffer firsthand from it.
And Aaron, you know, we're learning such horrific things on a daily basis. We didn't get a chance to ask Senator Schmidt about this, but a St. Louis police officer was hit by a car, of course, driven by an illegal alien and killed. They just released the details today. Another heartbreaking story. Another family who's lost a loved one unnecessarily. And the Democrats will say, oh, well, they commit crimes at a much lower rate than Americans. I mean, as if that justifies, if it's even true, if that justifies this heartbreaking loss of another American life.
Correct. And it's not just the actual people that are looking into the agents, when they're so overwhelmed, don't have the ability to actually question the aliens as they're in custody. And in many cases, they could thin out or deport more people that have more criminal histories that would be subject to these horrific crimes. But when they're completely inundated and saddled down with care and feeding all the time, they don't have the time to do that.
Swamp the system. That was the plan all along. Aaron and Victor, thank you both.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.